What is going on, wonderful people, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to dive into the world of CineStill 800T, a unique tungsten balanced film known for its cinematic look, especially in low light conditions. But we'll also really focus on what makes this film special and how it handles night shots and its signature tungsten color. Let's jump right in. Let's start with shooting CineStill 800T during the day. As a tungsten balanced film, 800T is naturally cool, often resulting in that signature blue tone when shot in the daylight. Here, I shot 800T with no warming filter, and as you can see, the film retains those cool cinematic blue hues. This gives the images a unique and somewhat otherworldly look compared to some of the other standard daylight films. The cool cast is a staple of CineStill 800T, and while it might not be what everyone expects from a daylight film, personally it's what gives this film its personality. If you're looking for something that feels a little bit more vintage or cinematic with the cool tones of 800T, throughout the day it can be quite striking, especially in portraits or outdoor shots in general. Now let's talk about golden hour. It's one of my favorite times to shoot, and it's always a magical time, but shooting CineStill 800T during this time definitely offers something a little interesting. While you might expect this film to retain its cool blue tones, shooting it without a warming filter actually allows 800T to warm up slightly thanks to the natural light. Here are some of the results that I captured. So you basically get this beautiful contrast where the golden light warmth enhances the film's natural blue tones, creating a unique and cinematic image. Here are some of the other shots I had during golden hour. Now it really is a subtle shift, but it brings out a moodier, almost dreamlike quality to the photos. The coolness of 800T combined with the warm, soft golden hour light gives you a scene that feels cinematic yet natural. Next, let's compare CineStill 800T during the day with and without a warming filter. On the left, we have a photo of a shot without a warming filter. On the right, we have the same shot but with an 85B Tiffin warming filter. As you can see, the warming filter introduces a significant shift in color balance, warming up the tones, especially in the highlights and the skin tones. This helps to counteract the natural coolness of the 800T film stock, making the image feel warmer and more natural under daylight conditions. Without the warming filter, 800T can have a very distinct and almost surreal look. Those blue tones are more pronounced, which can add a vintage or cinematic vibe like I mentioned earlier with some of the shots you saw on the screen. But when you add a filter, the colors become more balanced, making it look like a more traditional daylight film, which could be great if you're going for a more warmer and classic feel to your film. I want to transition into some studio shots that I captured with CineStill 800T. I used a single constant light, my Aperture LS60X light, and if anyone's used that light, you know there's two main functions on it. There's the regular just daylight light, and then there's an option to switch to tungsten lighting on the light as well. So what I did, I switched over to the tungsten lighting, which this film is great under. It's the purpose of this film, and I ended up shooting some 800T on my Mamiya RZ67 Pro 2 inside of this environment, and I really feel that the photos came out awesome. In a controlled lighting environment, the film really shines. You can kind of see how it handles the light, adding nice depth to like the shadows, while also the highlights retain that nice rich tungsten-like glow. That coolness really stands out in the portraits as well, giving a unique edge to the subject's skin tone, as you can see from the photos on the screen here. The beauty of 800T in the studio is how it captures the fine details and the textures of the scene, especially when you're shooting it on 120 film. There's so much detail captured in medium format, and I just think it's awesome that the cool tones kind of enhance the contrast and add a cinematic feel or layer to your work, whether you're doing portraits in this scenario or even product shots. I feel that if you want to get creative with lighting and mood for your photos, CineStill 800 really lets you play with that, and you can experiment and get some really nice shots. Now, the real magic of CineStill 800T happens at night. As a tungsten balanced film, it's made for low light situations, and when used at night, you can get a real cool signature blue tinted aesthetic that really makes your images pop. What I love about 800T is that it doesn't just look good in the dark, it thrives in the dark. As I say for all of my film photos or any photo, whether you're shooting on digital and film, just make sure there's enough light in the area to capture what you're looking for. Otherwise, regardless of if you're shooting on film or digital, your photo's not going to turn out well. But whether you're shooting indoors with a single light or outdoors under street lamps, 800T maintains that classic tungsten character. Look at how it captures the shadows and highlights in some of these night shots that I'm showing you on the screen here. The cool tones really add drama, while the constant light source helps illuminate the subject in a rich and controlled way. I know I've said the word cinematic a bunch of times during the video, so if you heard this before, stop me this time, but notice how this film creates such a cinematic feel when shooting, and I think this is why a lot of film photographers gravitate to this film, just because of some of the beautiful movie-like shots you can get while using this film stock. The color contrast between the warm artificial light and the cool shadows is something that you can only get with a tungsten balanced film, and this film's ability to render rich dark tones while keeping the image sharp is what makes it such a fantastic choice for night photography. So, is CineStill 800T the right choice for your next shoot? If you're after that cinematic tungsten rich look, then absolutely. It's perfect creating the mood and atmosphere whether you're shooting it during the day, at golden hour, or at night. The key is to embrace the cool tones it brings, especially in the low light settings where the film shows off its true character. I hope this video gave you a better understanding of what makes CineStill 800T a unique and versatile film. If you used it before or have any questions about how to shoot it, let me know in the comments below. Also, as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.